Step 2. What is step 2? Oh, okay. Step 2 is changing the oil. All right. We're going to break a 2K or a race piece or a workout piece up into pools of air. So, at the beginning of the race, breathing smart before you start. Not only does it fuel the blood that's in your body when you're in the starting sequence or at the beginning of your expedition, creates a pool of air from which your body is deriving the fuel with which it goes. Okay? So, the changing of the oil is for getting the old pool out and new pool coming in. Make sense? Because during the course of a race or a competition, what's going to happen is you're going to get into your race rhythm breathing. Not all of the air is going to be changed out and drawn in your race rhythm breathing. So there's going to be a pool that has diminishing returns in your lower lungs, because during the race you're going to be breathing, it's going to be at the finish, and there's going to be a rhythm to it. You know what your rhythm is, okay? So, at a certain point, say you breathe smart before you start, you create that original pool. Then you do your start sequence and you go with that pool for the start sequence. Then, after the settle, sorry I'm talking loud, I'm just enthusiastic. After the settle, what you do, changing the oil is, as the hands are coming in, as the legs go down, the hands are coming across the knees, you start your exhale. It's a longer exhale into the finish. When and if your natural breathing rhythm is exhaling at the finish. A puff at the finish, as the hands are coming in. A puff is upper lung. A puff, even a bigger puff, doesn't get it out of the low lung. That's where the pool is at. So what we have to do is extend the length of the exhale as the hands are coming in. So instead of a at the finish, it's at the finish. Make sense? I know, my form is great. And my jacket is sweet. What's up? Okay, so as the hands are coming in, start your exhale. As the finish, add a tail on the exhale, so the normal puff is the end of it. It's the finale of that, pressing the diaphragm higher and squeezing that old floor, that old pool out the floor of the base of the lungs, that trampoline at the base of the lungs, presses higher and squeezes. And then, or if you want to go through your mouth, go through your mouth. Okay, so at race pace, it's difficult to do alternating strokes with the changing of the oil. Race pace, it's tough to get it in consecutive strokes. So in alternating strokes, extend the length of your exhales to raise the floor of, to press the old pool out. Okay? That wasn't quite it. It's as the hands are coming across the knees, you extend the length of the exhale longer, and then you're back on it. Okay? So, hopefully this is coming across. Changing the oil. Usually it's when you find that you're having a good rhythm. Okay? If you don't do it where you feel like you have room during the course of the race, because you will have room to do it, what will happen if you don't change the oil then is the symptoms of fatigue will start to kick up and it'll start to burn and hurt more because your body's saying, okay, we have the old pool is diminishing returns. I like saying that. So we're going to hit you with sensations of you should have breathed smart, you should have changed the oil out when you were feeling good, you took it for granted, now we're going to burn you. So then the will has to take over, and you're like pushing through it, and it's like, oh, the body's saying, all I need you to do is change the old pool out and get a new pool in. Your will's saying, no, we'll push through it, and the body's saying, just breathe smart. And your will's like, shut up, and your body's like, dude, I'm gonna keep hurting you, and the will's like, no, I'm stronger. So it's this war of self. When there's the war isn't with yourself. The sophisticated athlete will know how to have a relationship with yourself that's empowering. So, changing the oil. Extend the length of your exhales as your hands are coming into the finish in alternating strokes. When you're feeling like you got a good rhythm, when you feel like you have room. Predict the sensations of fatigue kicking up in you so your will doesn't have to like overwhelm it. It's just a call for old pool out, new pool in, and then you go for the next bit. Okay? Good. That's part number 2.